I started life in South Africa working as an entrepreneurial facilitator and trainer, and I used to go around in the shanty towns helping people who had HIV, AIDS, TB, who were completely unemployable and they were illiterate, helping them to find ways to generate an income just to survive, because in South Africa we don't have benefit systems. If you don't work or steal, you die. Money. So from a very young age, I knew how to help other people, and it was to help them survive. And it was to help the spirit of entrepreneurship and creativity to begin to come into their lives. Then I had a near-death experience. Has anybody here had one? Cool, I'm not alone today. I had a near-death experience. I had an undiagnosed brain virus and I died and I left my body. So I lost my fear of death because I understood at that moment in time we are just energy and our consciousness exists beyond what we term our physicality, our physical body. I then, because of that experience, something in me woke up and said, you need to explore your life in a different way. So I was doing everything I thought that would made my life worthwhile, helping other people. So leaving all of that behind and coming to a country and starting all over again was a very difficult choice. And I resisted. Who here does resistance? I said, no, I'm famous, I'm well known, I'm well respected, I am making a difference. God, I know what I'm doing, you back off, this is my work. So God took it all away. Lost my house, lost my standing in the community, everything was wiped out. The only avenue open to me was a man that I'd met and fallen in love with at the time, called Peter. And he lost his business at the same time and said, I think we must go to England. So we did, with a suitcase. I landed in this country 13 years ago with a suitcase of some clothes. That was it. And I had to start again. Fortunately, I got a job related to the work I did in South Africa. I worked for an agency called the Women's Business Development Agency based in Coventry, in Falls Hill. And guess what they did? Help women off benefits into self-employment. And I thought, cool, this is great. What's benefits? I didn't know. I didn't know. I remember being in the interview with the CEO of the company and the chair lady, and they were talking about all these benefit systems and all these things that are going on in this country and I'm listening to all this and I'm shaking my head like I knew, because I wanted this job. I needed the job. And I was shaking my head. Whatever they said they wanted me to do, I said yes. Within 9 months, this organization asked me to go down and run part of a project that was funded by the government down in Devon and Cornwall, where there was a large proportion of women unemployed and on benefits that they wanted to help move into self-employment. So I went down there and walked straight smack bang into a lady called Melissa Jolly, who ran a color therapy business called Color Mirrors. And I started studying with her. 13 years later, I have helped her set up and supported her with Color Mirrors and set up distribution centers of support and training, different locations around the world. Little me from little Africa, who was working in the community, is suddenly working with a much more global community. 4.5 years ago, I met the love of my life, Paul. Not Peter. Peter was the other one, right? I'm always having to explain this. Husband number 1 was Mark. And then I was engaged to Stephen. Then I was married to Peter, and now I'm on to Paul. I'm working my way through the New Testament. Just kidding. Such one. So 4.5 years ago, snap bang, I walked into the love of my life. Again, because I'd first said no to the dinner, or tried to say no to a dinner, because I don't fraternize with clients, you know. In those days, I had lots of judgments and issues, and I said lots of no's. But I had said to the universe, I'm ready for a change. And it said, right, a change would mean a partner. So I said yes, went to the dinner, and boof, there he was. And he's Canadian. I don't like cold weather. I've struggled coming from South Africa to England. Not only cold here, it's blooming wet. Now I go meet a Canadian that wants me to move to Canada to the snow that's that deep. So I said no. Right in the beginning, he says, will you marry me? I went, not now, which means no. Shall we go to Canada? Not now, which means no. 4.5 years I've had this man on a string. He's very patient. Very patient. Because it would be too cold, too difficult. I've already immigrated once. I've got a business, I've got clients, I've got income. Why go to another country and start all over again? It's so tiring, I'll be overwhelmed. I don't know anybody, I don't speak French. All the excuses in the world came up. So what do we do about it? We say, yes. And? So guess what? I got engaged on Friday night. I'm a fiancé. I'm not bored anymore because I have a wedding to plan. I'm now so busy. I sat on my chair and I saw Paul on his chair, and I looked at him and I said, darling, because the boredom was really beginning to eat me now, do you see us here in 5 years' time? And he said, no. I said, me neither. Let's move to Canada. Like that. There you go. What are we going to do? Yes. And? Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.